Chemicals have really been the order of the day for decades now. And of course, there are in some ways that's been serving us, but in many, many other ways it hasn't been. We're also seeing an amplification of other problems, and technology is bringing some of those problems. And so there needs to be, I think, a new approach, a fresh approach into way many of those conditions are faced. And so we're here to discuss a number of things as it regards to that front. We're also here to introduce you to a company called OlyLife and all the value that's bringing to this space. So let's dive right into it. The first and most important thing we need to be aware of, and this is according to the CDC, is the conditions that are facing us as a species now. Roughly 70% of the deaths that we're seeing on a year by year basis are completely preventable. That's a shocking statistic. And so we're here to talk about those conditions and how frequency healing can play an extraordinary role in meeting that challenge head on. So let's dive right into it. First of all, you are probably aware that there is a frequency gap between health and wellness and disease and sickness. We are absolutely being bombarded with frequencies, and many of those are the wrong frequencies. We hear a lot about blue light, for example, and how we're really disrupting our sleep with blue light, and that's largely coming from screen exposure. It's coming from Wi-Fi, it's coming from LED lighting, but we're absolutely bombarded again and surrounded by screens, and these screens are having certainly a significant impact on our health and wellness. When you consider that your body does most of its healing, which is so critically important to a healthy lifestyle, while we're sleeping, more specifically in a stage 4 sleep, when we're accidentally disrupting that sleep, there's a cascading effect on how it affects us. At the same time, there are very powerful frequencies that we have started to, in this modern era, disconnect ourselves from. And the most obvious from the screen that you can see, the image you can see on the screen, is grounding itself, the Earth's electromagnetic field. So if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed often or feeling tired, regardless of the amount of sleep that you had the previous night, if you're noticing an increase of daily stress and anxiety, a lot of this is due to the fact that we're not getting the sleep, the stage 4 sleep that we should. And of course, we're also completely insulated from all of those benefits. So we're living in concrete and wood homes. We're driving around on rubber tires with thick soles in our shoes. And so there's a whole universe of benefit that we're not allowing ourselves to be exposed to. And so we're really here to focus on how we can open ourselves up to this and start getting some of these benefits. So first thing you need to be keenly aware of is our body is electrical. There's nothing that our body doesn't do that doesn't require an electrical signal. Every heartbeat, every movement, every motion, every action, anything that we're doing on a day by day basis requires an electrical signal. And when the charge in our bodies is weak, it shows up. We really start to struggle in how we're managing life on a day by day basis. But there is good news. And the good news is that there is something proactive we can do about this to really make sure that we're giving ourselves the best possible chance for a healthy, strong, vibrant life. So, first of all, I want to introduce you to this concept of PEMF. Now, PEMF is an acronym, Pulse Electromagnetic Field. It was really NASA that was first bringing this to light way back in the 60s. So, for decades now, the scientific community has not only been aware of this electromagnetic field, but keenly aware of the impact it has on the body. Now, this pulse can stimulate our body at a cellular level. This is critically important because one of the things that you will learn as you start doing a little bit of research on your own is there's a cellular healing that can happen. There is an incredible benefit to every single cell in our body. Now, there's roughly 70 to 100 trillion cells that make up your body. And you'll hear many experts say what's good for a single cell is good for the entire organism. It's good for you and me. And that is absolutely the case. Now, pulse electromagnetic field brings benefits to circulation. It can assist you in reducing pain, reducing stress, improving sleep, spending a little more time in a stage 4 sleep, detoxifying your body, fighting disease, and so much more. This is really just the beginning. But all of these benefits and more are happening without drugs and chemicals. So it's having a profound effect on your health and wellness. Now, one of the ways that NASA became keenly aware of this, and then ultimately we've become aware of it, is that individuals that would be spending time in space, in other words, outside of the Earth's electromagnetic field, they started to suffer, their health and wellness started to suffer very significantly. You'd start to see a degradation in bone density. You'd start to see the immune system suffer. You'd start to see a whole cascading host of negative benefits the more time that they would spend away from Earth's electromagnetic field and also spend time away from gravity. Now, if you want to verify any of this data, I would encourage you to do a little bit of due diligence on your own. And if, in fact, if you want to grab a pad and a piece of paper, I'll throw a few keywords at you and I'll give you a few places that you can go when you've got a few minutes to do some research. We're going to make sure that you have all of the facts during the course of this presentation. We're going to obviously share some opinion with you as well, but we really want this to be a factual based meeting for you. So you can leave after an hour feeling like you got some really real solid value for the time you spent here. Now, one of the sites I would encourage you to use is a site called pubmed.gov. Now, this is put together by the National Library of Medicine. This is an extraordinary site. Essentially, this is a compilation of medical journals and articles from around the world that you can reference essentially in a search engine. And if you want to check out PEMF for yourself, that would be the first keyword I would encourage you to research when you go to pubmed.gov. But add a second keyword as well. Add the word wellness or health, either one of those, and just have a look at some of the studies that start to pop up. I'm going to give you one more as well, MRET. And I'll also ask you to type in NASA after that. MRET is an acronym for Molecular Resonance Effect Technology. This is another extraordinarily exciting science that's being researched all around the world, and there's some incredible benefits that are coming to light in the MRET space as well. Also, if you like using AI, please feel free to use these keywords in your favorite AI as well. Not a problem. So, if you're curious, a little curious about Dr. Otto Warburg, this is a Nobel Prize winning scientist who made the connection between cellular voltage and health. And in fact, you can learn a little bit on your own time as to how the scientific community measures the charge in a human cell. It's measured in milliwatts. In fact, you can see that on the graphic on the bottom half of this screen. And you can also see the milliwattage that they would consider, these scientists would consider a healthy amount. And as that number starts to diminish, how you start becoming more susceptible to chronic illness, chronic degenerative disease, and in fact, your body can even become vulnerable to cancers and some of the most serious conditions that can affect your health and well-being. On the positive side, we also know that the cells of our body respond best between 0 and 30 hertz. And in fact, if we want to get a little more specific, tissues respond between 0 and 30 hertz. And of course, that would include all of the organs in your body. That would include all of your blood. Your nerves regenerate specifically at 2 hertz. So if any of you have been in any accidents, perhaps at work or perhaps at play, regardless of the type of accident, if it's been fairly severe, for example, I had a very badly broken forearm from riding a motorcycle and deciding I was going to broadside a car. And so I suffered from very serious nerve damage. Nerves can regenerate at an accelerated pace at 2 hertz. Bone growth, we can see improved bone density at 7 hertz, and also ligament healing, in fact, all connective tissues. So regardless of the type of ligament or connective tissue damage, 10 hertz is going to accelerate healing in that area. That's going to be good news to many of you because as we start to age, people warned me about this when I was in my 20s, and I didn't care. I didn't listen. They warned me how critically important it is to take care of your body, take care of your knees and your shoulders and your elbows, because as you get older, healing slows down and you are stuck, unfortunately, with whatever damage you created for yourself as a young person. Well, the good news now is if you've been suffering from shoulder damage, for example, or a bad knee, there is something proactive that we can do other than constantly feeding ourselves drugs and chemicals. Now, one of the great things about this frequency healing space, because so much research has been done in this space for so many decades now, is we're also able to share some empirical evidence with you. And that isn't always the case. Sometimes you're looking at health and wellness options where there's a lot of hope that what's being prescribed is going to work well for you, but there's no empirical evidence of it being able to work well for you. Well, that's not the case here. We're going to share something quite extraordinary with you. Now, you may not be aware of this, but the red blood cells in your body all carry a negative charge. And that negative charge, if you remember back to your childhood, ever playing with magnets, trying to press the positive or the negative side of two magnets together, and the polarity of those magnets, they would repel each other, the charge. You couldn't easily push them together. Well, your red blood cells are really meant to operate the same way in carrying that negative charge. And what it facilitates is as your blood moves through smaller and smaller passageways, the capillaries get smaller and smaller, your blood flow can be impeded if that charge starts to diminish, and you start to suffer from, this is slang, this is not the proper medical terminology, but sticky blood, where your blood cells are actually sticking together and they're impeding blood flow. I'm going to show you something that's quite extraordinary. This is only a 30-second video, but it's going to give you just a very short insight as to how impactful making sure the charge in your red blood cells is optimized. So you're going to see a before a PEMF treatment, and you're going to see the same individual that had blood drawn from them 20 minutes later after a PEMF treatment. So you'll be able to see the before and after in this video. These are red blood cells that are actually sticking together.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Holy smoke.
Look how separate they are.
So consider just for a moment the function of the blood in your body, how it's carrying oxygen throughout your body, but also carrying micronutrients throughout your body, how circulation, it has an immediate effect on inflammation. Whenever you have some damage in your system, making sure that blood and nutrients flowing through your body, that circulation can have a profound effect on that inflammation. Remember also, inflammation is one of the founding characteristics in all chronic degenerative disease as well. So this is why something as simple as a PEMF charge is actually having an impact on so many different areas of health and wellness within the body. Now, I've got one more video I'm going to play for you. It's about 5 minutes long, and we're going to get a little bit more into the science of PEMF, but more specifically, the product line that we've all been using here and getting extraordinary results from. So let's have a quick watch of this.
OlyLife is built on one foundational technology, engineered PEMF. So before we talk about safety, testing, or certifications, it's important to understand what kind of PEMF OlyLife uses and how it's delivered. Because not all PEMF is the same. PEMF stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field. Unlike a static magnet, PEMF works through controlled electromagnetic pulses. In PEMF, it's not just about magnetic strength. What matters is the signal itself, the frequency, the waveform, and how that signal changes over time. That's why OlyLife engineers its products using two distinct PEMF approaches, depending on the design and purpose of each device. The first is low-frequency PEMF, created by running low-frequency alternating current through electromagnetic coils. This approach is used in products like the Shaken Massager, Galaxy G1, Vitality Wand, and certain P90 Plus attachments. The second is high-frequency PEMF, generated using high-frequency alternating current, used in the Terra P90 and Terra P90 Plus. Rather than a one-size-fits-all system, each OlyLife product is engineered around a specific PEMF frequency profile. In addition to PEMF, the Terra P90 and P90 Plus, and select products like the Vitality Wand, also incorporate terahertz frequency output, which OlyLife's technical materials describe as having strong penetration, reaching approximately 3 to 5 centimeters beneath the skin. This combination of engineered PEMF frequencies and terahertz output is what makes OlyLife's technology platform technically distinct. And once you understand how this technology works, the next question naturally becomes, how is it tested? And how does OlyLife verify its safety? In the wellness industry, almost anyone can make claims. What separates real companies from hype is independent third-party testing. OlyLife works with Intertek, which is one of the top 3 third-party testing laboratories in the world for device safety and compliance. Intertek is a globally recognized organization trusted by major manufacturers across electronics, medical devices, and consumer technology. They don't sell products, they test them. That's important because it means OlyLife isn't testing its own devices. Independent experts are. In addition, across OlyLife as a company, this commitment to verification is supported by a patent portfolio exceeding 1,000 patents, including both granted patents and patents currently under application. Let's start with the Terra P90. This device has passed international electrical safety standards required in Europe and many global markets. Beyond safety, the Terra P90 was also tested to confirm it emits terahertz and PEMF wavelengths. Independent laboratories measured the radiation spectrum and energy output using calibrated instruments, confirming the technology is measurable and verifiable, not just a claim. Anyone can say PEMF. Very few companies actually test and document it. The Terra P90 is also supported by a patent portfolio of over 200 patents protecting its technology and design. The Terra P90 Plus takes this even further. It is supported by over 200 patents protecting its advanced technology as well. It is also FDA registered in the United States. This does not mean medical claims. As noted by PEMF industry experts, FDA registration means a device is FDA listed, FDA compliant, and manufactured to meet stringent safety and quality standards. It means accountability, responsibility, and compliance. When you combine patents, international safety testing, and FDA registration, you create a very high barrier to entry. That makes this technology extremely difficult to copy or duplicate. The Galaxy G1 is backed by over 100 patents, protecting its core technology. Like the other OlyLife devices, it has passed international safety standards to ensure it meets recognized global requirements. This confirms the device is not only innovative, it's responsibly built. The Vitality Wand is a standalone product with its own testing and verification. It has passed international safety testing and is protected by over 100 patents covering its creation. And just like the other devices, it's been independently tested to confirm terahertz wavelength emission and detectable PEMF frequency output. That means real measurements and real data, not assumptions. The Shaken Massager is FDA registered in the United States and protected by over 200 patents, including 21 patents registered in the United States. It combines 7 time-tested, scientifically studied technologies into one safe, non-invasive wellness platform, a level of engineering and transparency that's rare in the wellness space. At the end of the day, OlyLife isn't about shortcuts. It's about testing before selling, verifying before claiming, and building products the right way. That's why people trust the brand. That's why the technology is difficult to duplicate. And that's why when you share OlyLife, you're sharing something built on safety, credibility, and real verification.
Now, what makes this story particularly unique and especially powerful is that all the steps that this manufacturer is taking, not only to put forth the best technology in PEMF devices, they're also completely determined pushing these products into the market at the lowest possible prices. And so it's created some extraordinary results. Now, Singapore is where this company is founded. The 167 plus patents that they referenced earlier can actually be found in their corporate offices in Singapore. And I know that some of you on this call have actually toured that office. This is their wall of patents when you walk in the front door. It's the first thing that you see. Also, know that I think that number is over 150 now of countries that have received OlyLife products over check this out, less than 3-year lifespan of the company. That creates really some extraordinary data. Less than 3 years old, they've surpassed 80 million US dollars a month, making it $1 billion per year in sales company. And a lot of this is due to the fact that They are sparing no expense when it comes to the technology and development of the company, using German tech, which is famous in this space. Many of you have heard of other products in the PEMF space that are based either in Germany or using Germany technology, and that's the case here as well. But also in Sweden, and then Japan is playing a key role in rare earth and microprocessors, et cetera. And so we have a company that is not only keenly aware of the science of PEMF, is holding more patents than anyone else in the space, but has decided to put forth their business model of the highest quality tech at the lowest possible prices. And as a result, it's really brought all of us here. It's created a circumstance where virtually everything that you saw in that previous video is accessible to you, accessible to anyone in any country. Anyone can afford to get a piece of this gear in their home, not only for their own benefit, but their entire family and even those that live near them. So this really brings us to probably one of the most entertaining parts of our presentation. We're going to turn the presentation off, and we're going to give those of you who are having positive experiences an opportunity to unmute yourself and share some of those experiences with others.
Yes, what a great job. Thank you very much, John. Great presentation. Full house, we're almost at 80 people. So I think it was worth the little guess of doing it once a week instead of doing it too many times. Yes, absolutely. Very international flavor today. People from Europe, from America, from Australia, Canada, USA, so New Zealand. Wow, all over. First of all, thank you for that presentation. And this is the part that's, I think, the most important. But I'd like to have people that share today, all right? Because that's what makes these calls important is if you're inviting a guest, you know, we can hear all the science we want, but really people, they want to hear stories, right? But now the only thing is that since I want to record this call and I'd like to share it, let's try to keep it compliant. Compliant just means that no medical terms, please. Don't use any medical terms. And don't use cure or treat or like it's completely gone. I'll give you an example. I'm going to share my testimonial right now. I had some serious issues with my sleep. It was really chronic. I was maybe sleeping 2-3 hours a day. And the 2-3 hours I was sleeping, it wasn't like together. It was I'd wake up and have a heart. It was a mess. And that happened because of a depression that I went through. I had a depression about 3 years ago. And many of my friends here online, they know, like, this is not something I'm making up. This is something that all my good friends are aware of. Like for 3-4 years, I was completely off track. And that depression brought me to many things. It brought me to a place of not sleeping well, brought me to a place of not taking care of my health, having a hard time to shower. Just a lot of things happened. I also had some discoloration on top of my feet. You know, as we're getting older, dark shades a little bit. I'm 61. So I noticed after using one of our wellness devices, first thing is that, yeah, you don't have to even mention the name or what it is. You can just say wellness devices. Once I was using one of our wellness devices for about 7-8 days. I was using it a couple of times a day. My sleep went back to normal. Wow. You know what it means to sleep well when it's been many years you've been struggling with it? You don't need to be a doctor to understand that when you sleep, that's when you regenerate your body. So sleep, just for the sleep itself, I'm sold on these products for the rest of my life. I'll use them the rest of my life. But it didn't stop there. After my sleep, I noticed my depression, after a couple of weeks, started to fade. After 1 month, it was, listen, I'm not going to say I'm 100% because nobody's ever 100%, but I can tell you something. For the last 10 months, I've been super positive. Nothing gets me down anymore. I'm super grateful for life, and I'm super looking forward to the future, and I'm living in the now, because when you're in a depression, you're always in your past. It's like you can't get rid of the past. You know, it's like a broken record, and you just can't. Well, my depression, my sleep. Then I noticed also my dark shades on top of my feet after 3-4 weeks started to disappear. I don't know about you, but when that happened to me, what do you think happened? Well, first of all, I tested it on me for 3-4 months, and then I gave it to my mother because my mother is 89 years old, 90 years old. I didn't want to give it to her as a guinea pig, right, to test it. But after 3-4 months of hearing all the wonderful stories that from so many friends right now, I said, I'm going to give it to my mother because she was starting to go downhill a little bit. You know, like until she was 88, she was very good. She was going down, but slowly. At 89, she started going down a little bit faster. and she started to have a little bit of trouble walking with her knee. Her knee, she was limping a little bit. It's old age, right? It's old knee, right? Well, guess what? After using our device for a couple of months, she stopped limping. She found the energy. It's like the clock had rewinded on her. She went back to when she was 88. So listen, I'm sold on these products, and that's the only reason why I'm sharing it to whoever wants to hear me talk. And I will keep on every day as long as this company gives us the possibility to do so. Now, that is my story, and that's why I am Luigi from Montreal. Sorry, I forgot to start with my name. Hello, my name is Luigi. I'm from Montreal. But okay, the next person can correct me on that one. All right, who's the next person who wants to open up their? Let me unmute you guys, because you won't be able to unmute if I don't give you the possibility. And let's have a couple of testimonials. Just keep it short, sweet, and be careful about compliancy, please. It's all yours. Who's the next one? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. First person up.
Good morning,
Hey,
everyone.
Luigi, I can give one.
All right, I heard two people, so you'll both talk. Start Tanya, then after that, the next one will continue. No problem.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm starting with water. Let's drink water together.
Yes, and electrolyte water, right? Electrolyte water. If you can, please, everyone. It's very important. Not just ordinary tap water or bottled water at the store. Unfortunately, that's not exactly what we should do, because these devices are so powerful that people should be drinking electrolyte waters. Yes, they should be taking a little bit more of mineral intake. It all goes hand in hand with what we're doing. So yes, continue, Tanya. Sorry.
Yeah, beautiful. And I love what you shared, Luigi, bringing this to our parents. Our parents. I'm a body talk practitioner. I'm Tanya and I'm in Australia. I'm a body talk practitioner, and body talk is a modality that focuses on consciousness. And with these devices that are PEMF and terahertz, it's like we have the earth, our body, our matter, charged up, and then we have the terahertz, which turns also the light and the awareness on in our body. And the circulation going right into the nervous system, also with the shaken massager that sits on the abdomen where the psoas muscle is. And in our first 7 years, since conception, that's a human condition. We've all been programmed. We've all been programmed by our parents, by their nervous system, by their belief systems, and by what they were experiencing. So what I am observing is that now my mother has been using these devices. She got the Shaken, she got the goggles, she got the P90 Plus for 1 week now. And I am feeling it. When our parents are using it, we can feel it. And many of us have been chain breakers, breaking the patterns of our parents. And with these devices, I'm suddenly feeling, oh my God, I'm not doing it alone anymore. My mother's circulation is improving, and I'm coming to I've been using these devices since September, and I am feeling these patterns that are deeply in my nervous system really softening and coming out, which is like belief systems around money and so on. And they are not in the head. So we can't solve them with psychology or anything else, and these depressions and these different situations we find ourselves in, they are all, most of them, deeply rooted in our nervous system, which has been conditioned since conception. So let that sink in. And we have the chance here, together with our parents and the collective, as we are sharing it with our neighbors, with our friends, to really deeply heal together these patterns in the nervous system by softening, by letting these machines just work, and we are receiving the frequencies, we are becoming more aware, and then we can shift it. Because when we become aware of something, that's the first step to shift it. So for me as well, body pains have shifted, and the awareness why they are there in the first place. And because we are here in a network sharing as well, all these things come up as well. all these things that we've been conditioned in, the money flow, everything. So I highly recommend these devices as well for consciousness work, not just the body. But to do the consciousness work, if we are in a lot of body pain, we also can't do them so well because we are distracted with pain. So this is so aligned with everything. And I leave it at that. I could go on, but this is like,
Listen, I
this is
know,
a
no,
key
but
point.
I love hearing you talk. You know why? Because you brought another very important part to the element. Like, we can talk about testimonials, but it's the connection of everything else spiritually and everything that it's doing to us. Just the rebalancing at a cellular level of all our, like these frequencies are just kind of rebalancing everything. And of course, as you're rebalancing, of course, it goes to your head. Of course, it goes to your attitude. Of course, it goes to the law of attraction and to everything that surrounds us. No, I love when you share. I love your spirituality around it. Thank you very much, Danny.
Thank you. Over to the next one.
All
Thank
right,
you, everyone.
that wants to talk here? I'll spotlight you. Go ahead, open up your camera.
Okay. Hey, Luigi, it's Kalimna from
Linda,
Australia
all right.
as
Well,
well.
there you are. Oh, sorry. I think I have the wrong person here. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll bring you on, Gene, after too, as spotlight. All right. Go ahead. We have two beautiful testimonials here. We have Kalina and we have Gene. Just love both these ladies. Go ahead. It's all yours.
I'm just going to keep mine short and sweet. But when I was 15, I'm just turned 66. When I was 15, I went, excuse me, to a school excursion to see Gone with the Wind, which was 3 hours sitting still. By the end of it, my legs were jumping and I didn't know what was going on. And I could feel it was my nervous system because I've always been fairly highly attuned. And after using these beautiful frequency technology machines for a month, all of a sudden, I noticed everything had settled down in my nervous system and it's no longer an issue. And I don't know whether you have rotisserie chickens in anywhere around the world besides Australia, but when I tried to sleep overnight time, all I could do is keep tossing and turning and I just could not sleep because it wasn't painful, but it was my nervous system on edge, making my whole body move in unbelievable ways. And yep, 1 month of using this, it's just not an issue anymore. It's like fantastic. It was a bane of my existence, and now it's a highlight of my life, feeling free from it. So that's it.
That's it. That's so very powerful. That's a lot. You know what, in a very short period of time, what it means for you and what it can mean for so many people. And thank you very much for using these frequency devices without having to put any names out there. Just helps us keep everything more compliant. So I'm glad to see that the community is slowly kind of catching in. So we can talk about our stories. Just have to be careful of a couple of things. Thank you, Kalina. I love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gene, my good friend Gene. Now you're a special person too, eh? Yes.
Hey, Luigi.
Are. And you know what? I took your advice when you told me to take off my space banners. I listened to you right away. Hey, at least
Thank you.
hey, I did it for you right away, right away. I didn't hesitate.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm glad to be on a call finally. I'm in a different part of the world, and the times have been a little hard to acclimate to. But anyway, I just want to share my story because a year ago I tell people I couldn't walk. And when they see me now, they're like, how is that possible that you couldn't walk? And so I was very athletic and I was biking a lot and I was doing Pilates. And I don't know if it was aging or different medications I was on. What I didn't know was I was actually damaging the tendons in my hips. And one day everything just gave way. It took about 9 months for doctors to figure out that I had torn both my hamstrings and I had torn the tendons in my hips. So I went from being athletic to not being able to walk overnight. And I was at my wit's end. I was on 4 different pain meds. I was like, oh, please, I need something. I need a way out of this. And then my sponsor started talking about the technology online. I was like, send it to me. I didn't try it. I didn't care. I was like, pain relief, give it to me. And my story was that within 3 days, the burning in the back of my hamstrings went away. And it was profound. And within 6 days, I was walking down the street. And what I want to share now is I've been using this technology consistently for 6 months. And yesterday, I think I walked 2 miles. So I'm in Israel, I'm in Tel Aviv, I'm in the middle of a war. And so one of the things to regulate myself is to be able to go walking. And so I'm outside getting air. And I was walking down the street, the beach, and just going, this is amazing. It's amazing how far I'm walking and power walking. Like I'm not hobbling anymore. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. And then as far as regulating the nervous system, as I've mentioned, I'm in the middle of the war and I'm in and out of bomb shelters 3 or 4 times a day. And when I come out, I get on the P90 because I can feel that nervous energy that just gets into the nervous system. And it is helping me just manage the situation I'm in. And we're sharing it here. And the same thing, I have other people where she gets on the P90 or the P90 plus, and like you can watch her just relax. She just relaxes. And then, not to go on and on, but another thing is I brought it to her family. And when I showed up, everybody was arguing. Her and her husband and her daughters, they were all like at each other. And I said, I'm going to use your P90 plus. And I got on it and then they all did. And it was like within 10 minutes, everybody was loving each other again. And so that whole centering, that balancing, that softening of the nervous system is incredible, as well as the pain relief. So that's my share.
Well, that's a pretty powerful share, and I know that you're going through a rough time right now in the part of
It's
the
a lot.
world. But right now, it's not even. So we all pray for you at the same time, okay? And you and your
Thank
family
you.
are safe. And thank you for coming on and sharing that because it was a powerful also testimony to what these products can do to you. I know at a cellular level, at a nervous system level, like wow, pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I'm
And
still working on my business globally. So that's the
I
coolest
know
thing
that.
too.
I know that you haven't stopped. You haven't given up at all. I know that.
Okay, love you. Thank you.
I love you too. I love you more.
Yeah. Great.
Listen, yes, I heard that you can use a Vitality Wand. Like if you blow it in your water, it helps the water. Yes, I'm aware of that too. That we do have the hydrogen water too, right? The little bottle. But pretty soon we're going to have a water machine. I can't wait to get that. Now, I wouldn't promote it until we actually know the exact date because is it going to be now in 3 weeks, in 2 months? I'm not sure the exact date. So I would like hold on a little bit until promising anything about that, until we just actually get it. But overall, it is 5:42. I want to keep 15 minutes for John to close it off, 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We can have one last story. Who wants to come on for 2 minutes? Share one last story. Unmute yourselves and go ahead. First person to open the mic is the first person to share 2 minutes.
Hi.
It's all yours,
It's-
Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie from New Zealand, and I have been using the wellness devices now since the middle of January. And I've always been health conscious and, you know, getting older. I'm going to be 59 next month. And I suppose I've been a bit of an anxious sort of person, but I've actually just had my session on the P90 plus just before at the start of the call here, and I just feel the calmness. I love the warmth that I get from the machine, and yeah, I just know that my whole nervous system is just so much better, and I've moved to a different location in New Zealand, and previously I used to walk on the beach all the time, so I was doing grounding, and where I've moved now I don't have that opportunity. And before I got the machine, I was feeling less grounded. And now, because I have my session daily, I feel so much grounded and a much better, calmer, stress less person. And yes, there are ups and downs in life. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be without my frequency device. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing. Well, listen, now we're at the last point where I want to thank all the speakers. And if you're here today and you were invited to by somebody on this call, and I mean, there's no secret. These products are actually really working. This is not maybe or just one or two people saying it. The testimonials coming out from right now from this network in the last year have been more than outstanding, even scary. So if you're here today and you're hearing all these stories, I mean, I can tell you just one thing. Buy one of these devices from the person who invited you. Why? Because it'll probably help you so much that you'll end up saving much more money than that to finish your life. That's why. So, I mean, that's all I can say. That's what I did. I took the leap of faith, like many of us here on this call, and we're all grateful that we did. So if you like what you heard, get back to the person who invited you to the call and tell them, all right, what should I get? Yes. But for those who want to stick around for an extra 10 minutes, we'll get into the last little portion of this call. You're invited to stay, and if you don't, it's okay. It's a little portion about the company, where we're going, and what it means for you. Because of course, if you love these devices, right? Like many of us have joined, well, we started sharing it. There's other people that came in here that didn't care about sharing it, but they loved it so much. I'm seeing some of those people share it now, whether it's a month after, 2 months after, 6 months. Hey, so that's what this last 10 minutes is about. Go ahead, John.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And thank you to all of you that took a little bit of time to share your personal experiences. This really does bring this whole presentation to a point where it's very, very clear as to some of the technological benefits we have access to. Now, this next video, as Luigi has just mentioned, is a product-focused video, but it's also going to shed a little bit of light as to the various ways that you can get involved in this platform. This is about 5 minutes as well, and then following that, we got another 5 minutes of slides, so we'll wrap up pretty quick.
Your day doesn't slow down, so your wellness routine shouldn't feel like another full-time job. OlyLife is built for real life, simple sessions, clear controls, and tools you can use in minutes, at home, at work, or on the go. This is OlyLife, a modern wellness ecosystem built around advanced frequency technologies and smart lifestyle devices. At the core is PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field energy, designed to support daily balance and recovery routines. And in select
Dawn,
devices,
there's something wrong with the video,
is
honey.
paired with PEMF, bringing a deeper, at-home tech.
Is anyone else having a problem seeing the video? It's coming through clear on this end.
Oh, it got better. Maybe it was just I'm sorry. I thought everybody was seeing what I was seeing. I apologize.
That's all. That's okay. Is anyone else having a problem?
No, everything's okay. No, it's all good, they're saying. Yeah, so it was just on your end.
Day rhythm. To begin, choose your level, $1,000, $2,000, or $6,000 in product value, based on your goals and how you want to start. At $1,000, choose your first experience. OlyLife Terahertz, Terra P90. OlyLife Shaken Massager with the OlyLife Smartwatch, OlyWatch, or a lifestyle combo like OlyLife Galaxy G1, plus the OlyLife Terahertz Vitality Wand. At $2,000, those seeking a more comprehensive approach can combine two devices for fuller coverage, like OlyLife Terahertz Terra P90 Plus with OlyLife Galaxy G1, unlocking even more full-body support and eye care comfort, or pair OlyLife Shaken with OlyLife Terahertz Terra P90, or with Terahertz Terra P90 Plus for a stronger tech routine from day one. And if you're launching with business momentum, $6,000 lets you build a demo-ready lineup so you can share more product experiences from day one. And for those who want the most complete starting point, $6,000 gives you the flexibility to build a well-rounded set of OlyLife experiences, so you can stay consistent personally and easily share the technology with the people around you. Now let's tour the ecosystem, device by device, and spotlight the technology inside each one. First, OlyLife Terahertz, Terra P90. a daily wellness platform built with bioelectromagnetic energy and terahertz energy. It operates at 1 megahertz and uses a focused terahertz band of 3 to 3,000 micrometers, with an energy plate designed to deliver consistent energy transfer through the session. Compact and easy to build into your routine, at home, at the office, or while traveling. Want the flagship system? Meet OlyLife Terahertz Terra P90 Plus, a complete platform built around PEMF integrated technology with upgrades for a more personalized experience. You get 20-level intensity control, an infrared remote, and upgraded safety features, including fuse protection, plus an upgraded foot pedal design that fits up to shoe size 12.5 US. Included is the Frost Age Beauty device, combining RF, radio frequency, with EMZ, electrical muscle stimulation, for a focused, tech-driven skincare routine. And the Revitalux massager, built with 3-in-1 magnetic fusion, pulsed electromagnetic, static magnetic, and rotating magnetic fields, plus EMZ, TENS, and red light therapy for targeted comfort routines. For eye comfort, there's OlyLife Galaxy G1, a smart eye device built around low-frequency PEMF technology. G1 features 6-zone 3D airbag mating, intermittent low-frequency vibration, and a graphene 42 degrees Celsius constant temperature warm compress, plus signature design tech like bionic ultravision, portable full-fit technology, and a barrier-free see-through design so you can keep moving while you use it. Now, one of the newest additions, OlyLife Shaken Massager, a smart belt that comes with a complimentary OlyLife smartwatch, also known as OlyWatch, for control and session tracking. Shaken is a 7-in-1 tech stack, PEMF, ultrasound, RF, red light, heat therapy, vibration, and air massage, all designed into one streamlined waist belt system with 3 simple modes: body shaping, massage, and heat therapy. It's easy to build a routine. Many people start with Shaken first, then follow with Terahertz Terra P90 or Terra P90 Plus for a complete 2-step session. For targeted comfort, the OlyLife Terahertz Vitality Wand combines terahertz waves, where 1 terahertz corresponds to wavelengths from 3 to 3,000 micrometers, with PEMF ultra-long waves, thermal energy transfer, and air massage, using controlled airflow for uniform pressure and easy one-click operation. For hydration, the OlyLife H Plus Bar Molecular